Good morning. On time if you consider an hour late being on time. Can't please anybody. What's going on, everybody? What do we have in here so far? I see Joe, Nick, Peter. Now Gio is here. That's right. And it's 7 o'clock, like I said. Yesterday was a long day. I'll fill you guys in a little bit. What's up, Joe? See, at least somebody's being polite. Charles, I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, welcome. Trying to kill myself here. All right, let's get a sip of coffee going. Yesterday was a long fucking day, but my wife has moved back, and that's a good thing. So all good on this front. We got up there 10:30, about 3.5 hour drive or so. We got up there, right around 10:30, 11:30. No, it had to be 10:30. We made good timing, actually. Got up there, got the van. Took us about 4 hours between getting over to my wife's place, loading it up. Had a couple people help us, which was good. And then the drive back. So we got back here 6:37. Hi, welcome to your live stream. Well, thank you, Nick. I appreciate being welcome to my live stream. Thank you. I kind of like the fact of having the what they call it up, reading up all your stuff before I jump in. Yeah. So anyway, yesterday was a long day. And then, of course, it's like, where we grabbed dinner. We just grabbed a couple of pizzas and other things. Came home, ate, just crashed. I don't think anybody here paid attention to the time change. And then this morning I'm getting up. I'm like, all right, I'll get up got up around what I thought was 5:15, but it was 6:15. It's like, okay, fine. I got the Dio for the Mach-E and I was reading that. So you're also discussing the tanks on the back. Just finishing touch build and then decals, paint gloss in fish tank Dio. Nice. Officially the end of TV dinners and watching Wheel of Fortune. Right. The rest of that probably isn't going to change. Anyway, hope everybody's Saturday went well. Fridays went well, and Saturdays, since I wasn't on yesterday. We'll get back to this guy in just a few. I'm going to work on the Pitot tube. I believe that's all that's left on this thing is the Pitot tube. Double check. Let's see. Well, I'm officially broke after home updates. What home updates did you do, Nick? And how costly were they? And I don't need a dollar figure. Need to find some pink hair to stick out to the helmet. Yeah, too maroony. Dollar store dolly would be my recommendation. I'm curious to hear what the repairs were. He could say that what he did was he put gold doorknobs and sink faucet fixtures and everything like that, at which point it wouldn't be, I'm sorry, Nick. It would be, hey, nice. You spent more money than you should have. Let's see what he did. What he bought. Let's see what he did. Also, yesterday, day before, whenever the fuck it was. I swear. How'd these get down here? I have no idea how these got down here. Did I leave these down here? I couldn't have left them down last night. That's kind of wild. Okay. Nick with indoor plumbing. I don't believe it. Let's see. Having all the old insulation removed from the attic, sanitizing, new ductwork, then new insulation blown in. Oh, many. Oh, yeah. Oh, blown in insulation. Yeah. We did that about 15 years ago, Nick. 10 years ago. God, it's been a while. But it made, from us here, it made a huge difference because we had a lot of heat loss going through the bedroom ceilings and into the attic. It made a tremendous difference. So hopefully it'll help on your energy costs. Also having the attic sealed. Yeah. It's not an inexpensive proposition, but it sounds like this wasn't an emergency thing like, oh shit, we needed to have something done. This is we planned on this thing. And yes, I get it. How many PG News worth of upgrades did you do? Yeah. But Nick, I'm assuming that it wasn't an emergency thing, meaning that we needed to do this because of problems with the attic. It was more a matter of we need to do this because it will be beneficial to the house. Or maybe I'm wrong. Currently have 3-4 inches of insulation. I'll have 13 inches middle of next week. Yeah. What can I ask? What kind of insulation you're putting down? Yeah, you mentioned blown insulation. We had it's almost like that ground papery stuff. We had that put down, and then they put they did make a mistake. They were supposed to put it down and then immediately put a cover down. They didn't. They built up on it, which made we store stuff in the attic. Unfortunately, we lost a little bit of space up there because of it, but they blew all that stuff in, covered it, and I got to tell you, it's been great. My hope is that later this year we will be basically reskinning the entire house, and if we do that, then we're going to be insulating, Tyvecking, new windows, new doors, all of it. Let's see where the bill comes. But that's kind of my hope because this house is starting to lose a lot of stuff out through the sides now, and it's just problematic. Yeah. 3 to 4 inches isn't a lot. And was it blown insulation before and it just collapsed, or was it the pink stuff? I love this stuff. All right. So real quickly, 2 things we have to do today. I'm going to actually 3. Sorry, I did forget one thing. We have to almost see right on one of the tank. Can you see it on the tank? Yeah, you can see it on the tank. Let's see. Right there, you can see a little dot right there. Paint flecked off the one of the tanks back there, the masking tape that I put down. So I'm going to re-glue that. I'm going to repaint that, touch that up. We got the Pitot tube to put on. Just got to put it on right about there. There are no machine guns on this thing. And then I've got to put the antenna on, the photo etch antenna. And then we're all set. Both help concerns with the duct and warm. Now it's fiberglass. I won't be storing anything in the attic anymore outside of houses next year. Yeah. Outside meaning the perimeter of the house, correct? It was blown in, but it is 30 years old. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So it basically just settled over time. Both help concerns. The ducts. Okay. So the ducts. Oh, health. I'm assuming you're saying health concerns with the ducts. 15, 16 PG. Yeah. I'm assuming this is air ducts because you guys have probably centralized air. All right. Other thing I wanted to show was we got the pre-orders for a lot of the Meng stuff is starting to slowly. I think it's almost like one a month is starting to release. You saw the King Tiger with the Porsche turret that came out probably about a month ago, and yesterday, day before, the ZTZ 99 AB was released. China's current main battle tank. Yeah, health concerns. We have central air. Fancy pants down here. No, dude, it makes sense down there. Absolutely makes sense. Yeah, sure. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We had, when we did ours about 13 years ago, it's been a while. It might have even been longer than that. It might have been closer to 15. When we had ours done, I think we paid about $4,000 for it. I can only imagine pricing has shot up since then. And granted, this is the Northeast. Let's take a look at this guy. Yeah, like I said, you have a choice to build either the A or the B. And it mostly looks like placement of the machine gun. Maybe not. It looks like you got some antenna whips and everything like that in the back too. I will likely end up building the 99B. And there's some dark, nasty part of me that wants to try doing digital camo. I don't know if I'm going to, but we might. I have central air as well. Duct cleaning is next for me. Yeah. See, that's the thing that worries me about central air. It's the duct cleaning, blowing dust and other shit. We had and I'm not trying to scare anybody or anything like that. Many years ago, we did a control system takeover of a job done by another integrator, and the HVAC guy and the integrator didn't do something right in terms of when the HVAC system was supposed to come on and where the lines were laid down for some of this. It was one of the small aperture, high velocity types, and I guess the way it was laid down, where all the equipment was positioned, and how the system turned on and off, it created so much mold inside of the lining that they almost had to gut the house in order to get that stuff replaced. It was so bad. I can't even imagine. All right, real quickly, I just want to show once again. Looking at that. The level of detail that's on there again. What I will likely end up doing. Ooh, is that a blow? Ouchies. That looks like it actually took a blow. Yeah, it did. Looks like the plastic got a little damaged right there. You can actually see that right there. Do a little bit of repair there. But I will likely end up cutting some of those, because if memory serves, those are kind of like flaps. Hey, Robert, good morning. It was like 1,000 extra to have my garage insulated. It's attached to the house and plan to add mini split in the future. So pre-planning projects. Okay, so you actually, that's great. Yeah, do the garage too. Nick, is that gonna be so that you can work on your vehicles in there, or are you gonna turn some of that into a working space? Say, for example, like putting an office in or something like that. But if it takes care, it's the best. Duct cleaning is as cheap as $100 a year down here. Wow, no kidding. Comes pre-weathered. Yeah, pre-weathered indeed, pre-damaged. Let's take a look at the top of the turret. Again, this reminds me very much of the ZTQ-15. Again, obviously very similar types of designs. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like the same group of people that kind of did the work on it, right? Anyway, really. Wow. So this would be almost like one of those tanks where, yes, please look underneath the tank. I mean, look at the detail under the tank. I mean, that's the bottom of the hull. That's impressive. That almost gives me consideration of doing something with that, you know? I didn't have HVAC company out when the snow melts, icicles fell, and end my compressor this year. I'm sorry, what happened? Bit of everything, projects, hangout, model work. Yeah, nice. I know that you do your one-to-one projects in there too. How big's your garage, Nick? Dented? Hold it. Which compressor are we talking about? Big ass icicle fell and dented the compressor. I'm assuming you're talking about your HVAC compressor. Just want to make sure I'm reading this. Yeah. Oh man. Ugh. Yeah. I'm sorry, Robert. Robert, do you own or rent? And if you rent, why is that your responsibility? If you own, well, I guess it's kind of obvious. Because you can build one or the other of these things, the wheels are actually different. So they give you two different types of road wheels. Likely, like the ZTQ-15, I will probably end up having to do some work on the bustle. Oh, you own your condo? It's 2-car garage, so 24. But oh, man, love it. Yeah, that's great, Nick. Here's the second set of road wheels right there. Anyway, very cool. And of course, the typical water slide. All right, we're going to put this away. We're going to get back to 15. Put all this away. Oh, excuse me. Bank and Condo Association. Yeah. Thankfully, I think it only dented the grill on the time. But it's still ain't checked out. It fell hard. Wow. A 10-foot icicle fell on the electric grill and smashed it this year. Really? Hold it. A 10-foot icicle? Oh my God. Dude, that's insane. It's kind of right on the end here. Sorry, now I got the upper half of the turret. Gotta move that over. There we go. Got that. The only thing I don't like about the Meng 1/72nd scale things is the boxes. I wish there was and I understand why they do this. It's probably cheaper to do it this way, But anyway, pretty excited. The digital camo. Like I said, I might try that. Not in stock colors, but I might try that. One second, my friends. All right, let's see where we were. Make generously letting me live in and maintain their condo. Exactly. Let's be real here. Yeah. It's kind of how we are too. This May, we will be officially 20 years in this house. Yeah, and I think I don't even know how many more years are left on our mortgage, but it's probably anywhere between 5 and 10. Never made a Meng. What's the fit and finish like from them? Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Every one of the Meng tanks that I worked on, and I've assembled, I think 4 of them now, has been fabulous. The detail is great, and the finish work is terrific. Now, I'm not going to say I've worked on every one, but I've tried. I've got a Flyhawk here, the T-34. I've built or started to build 2 Vespids. These are all 1/72 scale. I built a trumpeter. I'm trying to remember if it was actually trumpeter or if it was one of the sister companies. Hobby Boss, maybe 1/72 scale. Merkava Mark IV. Not good. The Meng one was much better. Let's see. I've got a few, and I'm going to start working on them too. I've got a few of the other sort of the smaller companies from Europe, the Czech companies, the Ukrainian companies. I've got a couple of those. I do have a Zvezda, the one Russian kit that I will own because they're the only ones who really make from what I understand, a very good quality T-62. But from everything I've worked on from Meng, absolutely off the chain brilliant. The life of freedom, not paying the man to live somewhere. I know. I'm looking forward to that day. Ammonite is my first Hasegawa. Yeah, that's good. And the Hasegawa ones are really good. The Wave ones, I'm not as much of a fan, but the Hasegawa ones are really good. In fact, I was on Plaza Japan's site. They've got a bunch of Maschinen Krieger stuff. Pricing is really good. It's really good. And availability of some of the stuff is there. I think they got a couple of different ammo nights available, including a prototype. I think they have a prototype ammo night that looked really interesting. A Falca. It's like, damn. All right, let's get to the Pitot tube. Let's pull out the. Just want to show you guys this. That's what we're working on. I mean, I just want to show you guys this. I mean, take a look at like all the flash and the really and those right there. These, if I'm correct, are the machine guns. I mean, there's no detail on that whatsoever. I believe that's the Pitot tube right there, which is, I don't know, like some really poorly put together stick. This is supposed to be the sort of the sled. Here. The wheel sled. I didn't want to put that on because that looks, first of all, that's just so bad. So now I got to figure out which of these is the Pitot tube, these blobby pieces of plastic, and then I'm going to make my own. Any specific? Oh, I see. You're asking Nick for recommendations. Thank you, Peter. Bastard. Gold Flash, have you worked on a Heller kit? Dude, I've worked on, look, Heller. Older Heller kits are probably that bad. Absolutely. The one funny one is I don't recall any older Bandai kits. And I'm talking about the very early Yamato kits, which were probably from 1978, 79. The original Gundam kits. Never having flash like this. There's some Bandai, I don't know what they did, but they did it great from day one. I mean, obviously things have changed in terms of their engineering, but yeah, this is unworkable. Hey, Ray, good morning. Guten Morgen. All right, let's see if we can figure out which one of these stupid things is the Pitot tube. I think I know which one it is. Those are the two tanks. Which one of these little blobs is the Pitot tube? That's a machine gun. Part number 20. Yeah, it was right. Oh my God. I mean, doesn't look anything close. Whatever. All I need to do is get the diameter. There are, Peter, there are approximately, I believe at this point, 10, 11. There's somewhere between 10 and 12 1/72nd scale Meng tanks. Like Nick said, choose your flavor. They've got one that is, and I've been working on it. It is the HIMARS, which is a wheeled vehicle. You can work on. Hey, Keel. Good morning. What's going on, brother? Everyone is doing well, Keel. Everyone is doing well. How are you, my friend? How's your back doing? People outside the U.S., how weird is it for you when we switch to daylight? Oh yeah, dude, I started an hour late, Robert, because of it. I'm like, oh fuck, time changed. Spent the day painting tiny car parts. I love it. Keel, right, Keel. Nice to see Keel. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got let's say 0.9, 0.85 to 0.87. 0.8, 0.86, 0.87. This is ass. Absolute scrap stock. Oh, yeah. Morning, everyone. Mike, good morning. How are you? Hope you're having a fantastic day. On the road today, headed to West Boylston to play mechanic. Mike, should I fill people in? Mike's doing some service work on his daughter's car, I believe. I'm sorry, knee, not back. I apologize. The knee is slowly getting better. Going to be a long. Oh man. So Keel, are you? First of all, are you back to work and in a limited capacity? My employer, in their infinite corporate wisdom, decided to enact everyone's shift changes a day before. Because double whammy is great for health and happiness. Of course. Corporations, big corporations caring about you? Robert, come on. Girl brain. I mean, honestly, I don't give a shit. Surgery or just the brace? Check the Fetzer valve. Those get stuck wide shut. Sure. Nate has the project started, hoping to be done before I leave tomorrow. Nice. Yeah. You know, you have a very your daughter is very fortunate in that. If my daughter had a problem with her car, it's like take it to a mechanic. All right, let's get some pieces and parts. Excuse me. Definitely not two. Strip. Don't want strip. Rod. It's tubing. I could go to the 1 millimeter. I got 0.75 and 1. I could take the 1 and kind of grind it down a little bit. Either way, we're going to go to 1. Oops. Just on this side. Old-time sealer punishment, I believe. I'm back in no surgery as of yet. They wanted to heal and see if I can get around surgery. I like that better. I have full sports brace and the stability is locked. Oh, that's great. That's great, man. Hey, Ken, good morning. Yeah. All right. Let's just check the tolerances on this to see how off or not it is. 0.93. I said 0.87. Good the fuck enough. That will be the base of the Pitot tube. That means now I need a design. Let's take. There it is. Let's see. We're going to drill into the wing. Kenny, Nick, Ken, Peter. Yeah. Get a hit of coffee going. Yep, a nickname I picked up when I was younger. I fell off the front of my uncle's boat. Hold it. That's how you got that name? Really? That's awesome. All right. I'm going to go to the 0.7 and work my way up to the 0.1. And if I need to, I'll go to 1.1 to go a little bit larger, but hopefully I won't have to. Glasses. It's right before. Give me a second, guys. I need to go down a little bit more here. There we go. That's what we got here. Boat drove over me. I swam out the way so the motor wouldn't hit me. Oh my God. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Wow. They tie you up and drag you under the barnacle encrusted bottom of a ship across the keel. Wow. Deeper. Oof. Oof. There we go. There's the 0.7. Totally through. Ooh, that was an interesting sound. That was a part separating kind of sound. Anyway, before I get too far in, happy Sunday, everybody. Did anybody else? I mean, I think almost everybody here is in the U.S. except for Peter. Anybody else go through the Peter? I'm assuming you guys didn't have a time change. Now we have boating laws that you cannot ride in the front of the boat unless it's a bow rider. Yeah. Simpler times, right, Keel? Kind of like kids being in the back of a station wagon. Simpler times. There we go. All right, we have a 0.1. I'm sorry, 1 millimeter hole. We're going to do a test fit on the rod. And then what we're probably going to end up doing is I may drill a wicked tiny hole in there in this 1 millimeter rod to get the and do stretch sprue. I'm going to probably end up doing stretch sprue for the end of the Pateau tube. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have to go to 1.1. Someone else not back to the mine skids. Exactly. With no seatbelts. That's my point. Exactly. Hey, I have the same shirt. Do you really? Yeah. From back in the day. What's going on, Martin? Good morning. Back in the day, no one cared. Yep. It's at that moment George knew he... What? Peter. With no seatbelts. Absolutely could not have seatbelts. Makes me thinking of riding in the back of my uncle's flatbed as a child. Exactly. So we had a 10-foot van that we rented to bring my wife's stuff back down yesterday. And in the van itself, there's like this big sticker in the back of it that says, no riding in the back here, because of, serious injury or fatality. I mean, it's like, well, yeah, okay. Now we look at it. 30, 40, 50 years ago, that wouldn't have been the case. Climbing up the rear tire. Yep. Simpler times. Now back to the mines. Exactly. The flatbed was great. Yeah, back when the things were simpler, our daylight savings time changes are March 29th and October 25th. All right, so you're probably, yeah, I think we moved the dates on ours a while ago. All right, let's get these guys put away, and we're going to break out the 1.1. Come on. There we go. Simpler times. Time is an illusion, is only made so we know when food is done. Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you that it is. There is sort of a illusory state to time. At the same time, kind of like either are used to it or need it. I haven't decided which yet. All right, let's stick this in. Still fighting me a little bit, but I can break out the 1.1 again. Yeah, we'll break out the 1.1 a little bit and do it by hand now. What are you working on, G? I'm working on a little itty bitty Japanese, basically their version of the Japanese Comet. It's called the J8M1 Suisse. And I'm doing it in prototype colors. It's been a fun little kit, particularly doing some of the detail work in the cockpit. You know, the traditional cleanup stuff has been, that was almost the 1.2. That one I don't want. It's just been problematic. Just like the fitment on this thing, as you saw with the Pitot tube and the machine guns, is pretty crap. But as a design and overall as well, it's not bad. Oops, that I don't want. I do too. That's the other reason why I kind of gravitated towards it. I'm not building. Yeah, there we go. I'm not building it in its sort of more military livery. Like, I believe there were 2 prototypes and a potential, like the traditional Japanese camel pattern on it, or the green with the silver underneath. They didn't, or the sky cloudy color, whatever it was. They didn't build those. I don't think they ever got to the actual finish phase with that. I could be wrong, but the prototype did fly. There were 2 prototypes, one with the white around the Hinomaru and the one without. I'm going to probably do this one because I like the way it looks. Time was invented to track your production while at work. Yeah. Yep. Sun's up. Got to get on the clock. Sun's down. Get off the clock. Okay. We're going to go pretty deep on this thing too, just to give it like an anchor point. Of course, I need it to be something's causing it to twist out of alignment. So we're going to go straight in. Oh yeah, I can feel it there. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Yeah, it's actually kind of nice building something that isn't. I'm finding that I'm enjoying traditional models equally to Gundam and anime property stuff, but it's the thing that kind of keeps holding me back. It's like that Meng tank that I was just showing. I'm not going to do those colors because to me those colors bore me to death. Will I do a digital camo? Likely. I'm going to try a digital camo, but I'm going to do it with I don't know, yellows, purples. I don't care. We'll find a color. Okay, we are now going to do a quick little bit of cleanup here. Time frame. We'll go a little bit longer than normal today. Not much. We have to unload the vehicle, the van, and then we are going to have to take back the van. I take it back. We have to bring some of the stuff for my wife is going to have an apartment at her new school where she may need to spend a night or something like that because of school events. They want the faculty and staff on administration, all of the people on the to be seen on campus, which I respect because it is a day and boarding school. So she's going to be moving. She is going to have a place to stay there. So we have to move some of the stuff that we brought back from Maine up there. The good thing is it's just about 40 minutes to the school. So, she doesn't need a lot of stuff up there because she can just come home most of the time, 99% of the time. Pink, pink, pink tank. Could be. I might do pink. My goal with some of the the Meng stuff is to actually do the rainbow colors like I've done blue. I'm going to redo blue because the blue that I did on the small ZTQ-15 is actually going to go onto a different base, but I might redo some of that stuff just to kind of give it the all the colors of the rainbow. Pink tank. Let's see what else we got here. Tom, good morning. How are you? So it's 7:47, but it has 6:47. What do you mean? She will be closer. Oh yeah. She's actually living at home now. We moved her back. So yesterday we gathered up all the stuff at Maine. Friday was her last day at the school in Maine. She'll be starting in 2 weeks at her new job, but she's living at home. So we are all incredibly, incredibly happy to have her back. It's been a year and a half. And that's been, and I know Peter is going through obviously something just as extreme. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Cut it right there. There we go. Do you mind if I ask the school? My daughter attended a school about 40 minutes from here. Hardwick. Winchendon Academy. Where's Hardwick? Was daylight savings last night? It was, which is why it's now 7:50. And I started it just at 7 o'clock exactly because, yeah, I didn't prepare. Yeah, it was for Delaware. It's next to Softwick. Nice. Nice, Ray. Nice. All right, let's see if we can get. I am not sure this is going to work, but we're going to give it the All-American. Can I do it? Shit. I might be able to do it. Well, fuck a duck. Let's see if it works. This may or may not work, my friends. We're going to find out. It's not secured. I gotta get it secured. It's the only thing I gotta figure out. How am I gonna do this? 0.3 to, oh boy. Well, I guess we could try it there. Madre de Dios. Okay. And why a hair got in there? No idea. Let's see. Good morning. Hey, Tony. Good morning. How are you? Adams makes the hard go on, but it sucks balls. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Peter, you're only a few weeks away, though, right? So it'd be 6:51 if it wasn't daylight savings. That is correct. The All-American. So you're going to invade for oil? Invade it forever I want, Robert. You're going to like it. Newberry, Eagle Hill School. I know of Eagle Hill. So we lost an hour. That's right. Spring forward, baby. Spring forward. Daylight saving sucks. Yeah, I wish we would just get rid of it. Just this time change back and forth. It's like, look, no offense. Farmers don't need to kind of we don't need to adjust our schedule based on an old agrarian type of system. We don't have that anymore. I have my tricycle kid figure in the display playing in traffic. Nice. Why not, Ray? I wish we had gotten rid of daylight. I totally agree. I'm doing okay, but not awake just yet. The time change got me all messed up. No worries. Same here. Also saying 6:51 on my bows in my truck. Nice. So I have nowhere to put the PG new. No offense. Not sympathetic. No offense. All right, let's see if I've got an unbroken 0.3. I got a new set. Ooh, I got a couple of new sets. Ooh. God. I think all of my 0.3s, like all my original 0.3s are broken. The first ones that broke. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3. Yeah. Oh. God, I got another set of these things. This will be fun. It doesn't even go in far enough. Doesn't go in far enough to actually do any damage. Let's see. Shite. Yeah, that sucks. So this tool is not going to work because the guide for it is too deep. Too deep for the bit. Oh, well. Oh, well. 28 days, 17 hours, 35 minutes, and 5 seconds away. But who's counting? Who's counting? Don't ask us where to put it. I'll ask you. This is my problem with the PG New. Yeah, too big. That's the only problem. I have nowhere to put the completed A10 either. Tom, small sizes, 1/72nd scale. HG. No, I have nowhere to put it. To put any future completed kit. Pick an office, right? Pick an office, any office. Started working on the PGXC base yesterday. I gave some parts in. I'm gonna need to start up the paint booth soon. It's finding somewhere for all the stuff I have. Let's check your phone. Are you asking me to check my phone now? Okay, I'll check my phone now. Get the fuck off. Dismiss. Oh, I should talk about that too. Pardonnez-moi. I just saw it. Where's the hell's Ray? Oh, there he is. That's a cool scene. I like it, Ray. That entire dial is done. Hey, Mike, good morning. Oh, all the snow on my deck is gone. All of it? Love it. So it only means I will fill up all the space slower. Yes, Tom, that's what it means. I don't know, man. It's 2 feet tall. Yes, Tom, that's ridiculous. Damn, I get the painting soon on a bunch of kids. Nice. Would read off orifice or office? Is office? I could have. I might have read it the wrong way. Mike, I figured any cyclist needs to start blocking traffic sometime. Yeah, probably true. No, trying to figure out more space. Also, reclean the area and purge some. Yeah. How big was the PG old? All right, let's get this figured out. Now I got to figure out. Oh, that's nice. Piece just slid out. No, we might just have to eyeball it. Time is up. Okay, I'm going to be on for the next 15 minutes, and then we're going to call it a session. So, I'd like to get the Pitot tube done if possible. It's possible that I could go through the Kirk collection, given all the photo etch stuff that I found. I didn't find anything specific to Japanese planes, but it wouldn't surprise me if there is a box of photo etch in there for Japanese planes. Okay, we got it started. Let's go. Let's go. Back with the backlog size. I still have the problem. Where to bloody display all this stuff? As big as it is, I love it. Always wanted a PG new since 2001. And Tom, I think that's great. I'm glad that you want it. I think glad that you have it. Can't tell anybody not to do that. But I think one of the things with this hobby is we have to sometimes be realistic about displaying. And that is like one of the reasons why like a lot of my 135th scale armor is going to go away, because I just don't have the ability to display it. I'll be keeping maybe 2 or 3 pieces, and everything else is going to be 1/72nd scale. What the fuck is all over my leg? And it's not because I don't want to build 135th. I mean, time is one thing, but also it's just space. I got no space. To finish building the PG new, I use fish tanks. Yes, I finished snapping up the PG new. Currently working on a 148 scale German cargo truck, a 2-ton 4x2, and a 148. Yeah, see that those sizes, those are good. Those are good. Yeah, PG new looks awesome. It does. It's just bloody big. In fact, I might go to the 0.5 on this thing. That would be nice. In that case, if I can do 0.5, I can go to, I can use a God hand, which cut much better. How do you think it is to paint the framing on the runner before? How viable do you think it is to paint the frame parts on the runner before building? How viable? George, you can do whatever you want. Finish 2 more displays and spread all over, fingers all over. Nice, good for you. Well, you have 700 kids. You have a problem with display even if you build them 1/72nd. If I built all of it, I'm not disagreeing with you. Lots of visible nub spots. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That is certainly a consideration. I also have a walk-in closet full. I mean, the presence it gives is just incredible. You consider just finishing a kit before starting the next 7? Cough. Heartbeat. I did the heartbeat for you guys. I wanted to get this done because I need to get this model done before we get to June. You know, the things I do for you guys, and you guys, all you do is give me shit. It's working out pretty okay so far. All I get from you guys. I actually want to get to the point where I can start working on multiple models at one time. You know, do construction during the day and painting at night. That's kind of what I'm going to try to work towards. We are almost there. I've gotten in probably about a millimeter and a half. And that's all I need. I'm going to round it. There we go. Given. You take and take. Exactly. Undergating would be fine. You're going to start acting pretty woman. Nice. Let's put that away. Put these away. Excellent. Now we're just going to round the end on this pitot tube, and then we're going to stick something in. I think we're almost there. There we go. We also give and give shit. Exactly. Trying to set up for the same kind of thing. A place to build and then paint. Yeah. Or a couple times a week. Yeah. Do kind of changing off. I can't paint and do a live stream. That is something that just I just can't do. All right, there we go. That's in. It's going to come out a little bit more. Right there. And then we're going to have to do some gap filling with it afterward. But I think we've now got that piece. And now we're just going to, like I said, we're going to stick the 0.5 millimeter piece in it. There we go. All right, let's glue it in. Get this piece slid in. We're going to eyeball it. Go in just a little bit more. I think that looks good. There we go. All right, so there's part of the pitot tube right there. Tip it. Probably have to hit this thing up with some kind of surfacer afterward. But there we go. All right. Now, while that's sitting there, let's get something that's 0.5 millimeter. I could do brass. I could do stretch sprue. I think I'd rather just do it in plastic. Can I get to... 2 points. Some of you built would give the presence of grandeur. So which kits that you have built give the presence of grandeur? Like it just gives you a sense of awe. Personally speaking, for me, it's going to be the Spartan. It's small, but I look at that model and I know the work that went into it. So that's it. The issue comes down to people get awed by size. Oh my God, look, it's a 1/60th scale something, or a 1/16th tank, or a 1/32nd scale, super fortress. Okay, great. They're huge. And they do call attention to themselves. But I kind of look at it in the same way as like, who's the calligrapher who used to do writing on a grain of rice? That to me is more impressive. Send you a pic of the Mach ammo night, excuse me. A bit. Also wonder, man, really good. It's a marble, not marble. And I like the no cut full scenes are amazing. Cool, Joe. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. Going to eyeball it, throw it at the model. Of course. And hope it is somewhat accurate. That's about it. I mean, that's looking good. Now it's got to get the, like I said, got to get the rod. Yeah, we're going to do star sprue. Okay, do I have a piece of sprue? Sprue for you? Let's see if I got any in here. I do. Look at that. Perfect. Open flames. Don't do this at home, kids. I hate when that happens. Got all too hot too fast. Damn it. Damn it. Yikes. Get a little short here. I think that's too small. Your pride and joy. Spartan is my pride and joy. I don't think it's the last time I'll be doing something like that, but yeah. Okay, get another piece. Keep botching this thing. I know what I'm doing wrong now. Put all that stuff in here later. I keep stretching it. The mistake I'm making is I'm stretching it over the flame. I need to heat it and stretch it afterward. My mistake. Shohei hit another grand slam at the WBC. Great. I don't know what that means, but okay. That's too thick, I can tell right now. Damn it. Oops. Hello. Got a little too close. Man, this stuff is just, I don't know if it's the material that I'm using. Wow. Woo, coiled right up. I'm the worst time with this now. Jesus Christ, that was fun. Okay. When all else fails, go to Rod. I'm not having a fun time with this, so we're going to have to get rid of this. Good morning, Emma. How are you? Is there anything that has the presents straight out of the box? Presents out of the box? Yeah, I don't know. See, that's, I guess for some, that's the important thing. And that's the thing I had the biggest challenge. It's like, no offense to anybody, but if you're just doing a basic assembly of everything in the box and look how great this thing looks. Oh my God, this is fantastic. Whatever. It's like, all right, great. You basically put a puzzle together. And it can have presence, and I understand that, but you know, the best example that I like to use is when we were at ValleyCon 2 years ago. And I was helping judge the best of show, and we're looking at a 2 or 3 different models, including there's this one beautifully finished Japanese carrier, not ship, but it was like a personnel carrier, a boat on a river, and the guy did a really nice job with the water effects and the embankment, the figures, all of it looked awesome. And then he brought me over. Don, who's the head judge, brought me over to look at this pickup truck, and I'm like, okay, it looks nice. He's like, that's all scratch built. That changed the game. Grand Slam is hitting a home run with bases loaded. Really? Is that what a home run is? After 60 years, I'm so glad somebody finally explained it to me. Thank you so much, Peter. Exactly what baseball needs. What a role model. I don't know who Shohei is. I guess that's what I was like wondering about, not what a grand slam is. But thank you, Peter. All right, let's get some brass. Yeah, of course. I'm gonna have to rearrange drawers here at some point. Not 0.81. 0.51. There we go. Japanese player who is 100% class. Really? And again, forgive my ignorance on this. What makes him class? I mean, he sounds like he's probably a pretty impressive ball player, but what makes him more than just him being a great ball player? Is a two-way player, some say is similar to Babe Ruth. Really? He does have a negative. The gambling is his translator did. All right, let's see what we can do to get this thing in the hole. And if memory serves, it's not a lot. We may have to, because this is 0.51, yeah, we're going to have to enlarge that hole. Gonna have to go to 0.6, which sucks because that thing is not really solid in there. Okay, no worries. %, apologies, George. 1,000,000%, not enough. Keep going, Peter. I think people say he has class as he does stir up trouble on and off the field. So he has class but he stirs trouble. I don't understand. Maybe I'll have to look into this guy. I'll have to look him up. Shohei. There we go. Okay. Class. What are we about to see? What are we about to see? Hey, Chris, how are you? Welcome. He doesn't stir up trouble on up. Okay, doesn't. Better. Thank you for doing that. Except switch from pitcher to hitter. Shohei plays both positions consistently. Nice. I keep mistyping. You're misunderestimating is what you're saying. They pitch consistently before traded the Yanks. Got it. Okay. Now I understand. I feel somewhat clued in. I appreciate it. What are we working on? We're working on making a Pitot tube for this very, very, very small 1/72nd scale Japanese plane. Let's see if I can get this thing to fit in here. Please tell me. Yes. There we go. Okay. And that we're going to have to CA in place. Let's do a hit of coffee. And we're going to have a very small portion of this. Very little. I may just, I don't really want to glue it into place. The Felco's on this. The highest paid player in 2045. Really? That's impressive. So he's from the future is what you're saying. Before I forget, Emma, how are you? If Emma's still there, hopefully Emma's having a lovely weekend. Stay. We're going to glue this piece in. And by the way, then we're going to call it a session. Got to file that down a little bit. We'll just sand it down. He deferred his salary. Shohei Ohtani is one of the most decorated players in modern baseball and has won multiple MVP awards in Major League Baseball. Also the first player to reach 50-50. Another great sports story is Wrexham AFC, soccer team owned by Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Cool. Ken with his European football. 50 home runs and 50 stolen bases in a season. Sounds like a lot. All right, so I'll have to look up this guy. And forgive me for being ignorant. Is he playing in the American leagues, or is he playing in the Japanese leagues? Again, I apologize. I'm ignorant to this. Later space fans have a great Joe. Take it easy, brother. Have a great rest of your day, my friend. I'm going to have to cut this thing down to length, I think. Once we get this thing kind of shaped. There we go. Okay. We are going to have to cut it down to length. Let's see. Hello? Okay. Oh, that almost went flying. That would have been bad. Let's see. Plays for the LA Dodgers. Nice. Switch the Dodgers currently. Should we talk about curling or comparative laundry to keep George interested? No. I watched a Danish movie. Nordic Noir, I assume, Ken. Leader. Directed by whom? And birdies are loud. Oh, come on. Almost there. Directed by Refn. You have to watch his Punisher trilogy. I've watched the first of them. I've not seen the second two. I take it back. He did the trilogy and then he did a remake of the first film. I don't believe I've seen the remake. I've watched the original, which I thought was quite good. But at the same time, it's like it's hard to watch a movie about, people who are generally detestable. You have to watch Pusher trilogy. Yeah, I know. Pusher, not Punisher. I've seen the first film. All right. Let's see if that will be good. Should be. You know what? I'm happy enough with that. Just going to do a little bit of a cleanup on the end. Set that down. Toss that little piece of brass out. That goes away. Velcros are away. You know, I always wonder what makes American films better than non-American. What makes them better? Nothing. Why do you where is the assumption that American films are they have bigger budgets, but I would argue they're not better. No, I grabbed too much of it. All right, I think glue it into place now. Punisher remake was not a Danish Russian film. It was a UK production by Lewis. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how Punisher came into this because I don't think we're talking about the Punisher. Pusher, yes. Punisher, no. What makes Western films better than Eastern films? Again, I don't think that. I see. That's a different conversation. American films, well, the generalizations. Remember, we're dealing with generalizations. We think about American or Western films, and we could think everything from Casablanca into Pillow Talk, all the way down to, take a look at Salter, or if you want to go really weird, like the Andy Warhol films, right? So you got a pretty broad swath. It depends on what you're defining as an American film or a Japanese or a Chinese film or whatever. We know certain people like Wong Kar-wai and Kurosawa and the rest of these guys are pretty big names, but there's a lot of smaller directors too. It's hard to generalize on any of that. You called it Punisher. No, I called it Pusher. But okay, maybe I accidentally called it Punisher. No, it's Pusher. I think your dyslexia changed it to Punisher. It's possible. And I apologize if I did say that then. Yes, not Punisher. I've never seen any of the Punisher films. I couldn't care less. Okay. So I think it's a generalization. I don't think that somebody does consider. I think you've got more budget and you've got the Academy Awards. And that's usually something that will make that might give credence to one being better than the other. But I mean, if you're really truly looking in, again, award shows are award shows. I wouldn't count them for anything more than that. But if you're going to be looking at award shows, look at something like Cannes or the Golden Lion Awards or anything like that. We can always rewind. We can. But Academy Awards is a Western invention. It's the first major film competition, sure. Once again, we're going back to turning art into competition. Damn. I'm trying to do this without launching this part. There we go. All right. I do apologize if I did say Punisher. Okay. Toe tube done. Yep, looks about right. BAFTA became Western. Just don't look at this year's BAFTA awards. I have not watched. I heard that there was something that went down, but again, the controversy over the awards, I don't even know what it was. I watched The Green Knight 21 the other day. Pretty good movie. Nice. It's a great movie because no one really knows what they are going to watch. Which film are we talking about, Peter? I watched Chinatown a couple nights ago in 4K. First time watching that in 25 years. What a fabulous film. And this is why I have to clean this area up. All right, I'm going to discard all of this stuff. I don't want that stuff. All right, so we've now got the toe tube done. Everything is, I think all the scribing is done. I think this guy is ready to go. The canopy has to get the just that one part on. I'm not going to do it now. I got to touch up some paint on here, but we'll do that either later today or tomorrow. And then we're going to get started on the on finishing this guy. The Green Knight. Got it. Never saw it. What was The Green Knight? Countries we are more likely to watch subtitled films than in America, and I think that influences box office earnings. Possibly. Americans don't like subtitles. If it isn't in the lingua franca, we don't want to watch it. I agree. Confession. Haven't seen Chinatown. Really? Highly recommended. An interesting twist in the film noir. It's one of the things I loved about the 70s again, is their take on film noir was definitely out there. It was weird. Highly recommended. Anyway, okay, I'm going to cut these pieces up and then we're going to bail. My little plastic nub jar. One of these days I'm going to figure out what to do with all this stuff. I'm thinking, can one melt plastic? Can we take all of this stuff and melt it into something? And shavings and nubs and all this stuff in here. George, you ever watch Good Night and Good Luck? Yes. When first came out on disc, I've got to watch it again because I remember thinking it was a really good film, but not being blown away. I enjoyed George Clooney's direction in it. I thought he was great. And of course, what's his name? Strathern was great. Like, I've grown up watching subtitles, so I have no issue with anime and subs. I know, but there are a lot of people who do. Well, I have subtitles on 100% of the time. Yeah, I do too. I think people do, but again, it's also a reinforcement of what's in English, right, Keel? Rather than can people watch, like, for example, a movie in a foreign language or a TV show in a foreign language and be able to deal with it? Well, maybe. I think here in America, I think they are challenged by it. And I think that definitely discounts people watching really good things. But it is what it is. I'll see that one. Let's see. I've met Americans that just outright refuse to watch anything that isn't dubbed. Yes. I prefer anime dubbed, especially these days when dubs are typically really, really good. I only go subbed when the dub is bad. I don't enjoy most English voices in anime. Just I've never watched I don't think I've watched one that I've said, oh, you know what, that the voicing was natural. It always feels more natural in the native language. So Shinoko is one of those modern series. So a shame because the show is so good. What is Oshinoko? Might have to continue this tomorrow. Build Fighters is another terrible dub. Yeah. And I think that's where the government has influenced by making it seem English is number one. I think that might be a bit of a stretch there, Tom. I tend to miss a lot of dialogue on the screens when I'm watching things in subtitles. I do not read that fast. I think that's a challenge for a lot of people. Absolutely. And I would assume it's probably the same thing in other languages. A lot of movies that are made in the US are dubbed in other languages, right? These are suggestions, George, because there are some great dubs now. I'll gladly listen to them. It's a fantastic show with a great all right, I only watch subs. The animation fits with the intonation and tone of the original language. Peter, I'm in your camp, 100% on that. I have them on because of my hearing aids. I have a very hard time understanding when multiple noises are going on. Amen, Keel. I'm the same way. We generally have everything on with subtitles. I can't stand dub. About the Japanese entertainment industry and a revenge story. Ooh, that sounds kind of fun. But it does give me a reason to watch something over a few times, so it is not a horrible thing. There you go. Nice flexibility there, Tony. All right, guys, time for me to get rolling here. Gonna go get the day started. Gonna go have a little breakfast with my wife. Nice to have her home permanently. And then we're gonna start the process of moving things out of the van into the 2 different locations. Anyway, guys, stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on this morning. And again, thanks for accommodating the time change because it was a crazy thing. But guys, go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can because you know what? You're united. And it feels so good. Amen, brother. But guys, go out there, do good. It's a really crazy world. Getting more crazy and dangerous by the moment. By the moment. All right. But try to make it sane. Do good. Brighten the world. Show kindness, love, and respect for others because this crazy shit can't continue forever, right? It's up to us to show the courage of doing good by others. All right. Anyway, I'll be back on tomorrow morning, same time, same channel. Enjoy the day, guys. Love you all. I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.